everybody. It has been so long, but welcome to Mommy Moments. As I told you all in our first Mommy Moments, I wasn't going to put us on a schedule because, as we know, with moms, wives, get busy, and sometimes our kids control our lives or different things because of their schedules. But I'm trying to work more this year on scheduling and being more organized. So all of these things will come together. So you will be getting a new mommy moment from me, hopefully at least once a week. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when there's a new mommy moments coming out. Also, a plug for the MAP program that'll be headed by Charles Hampton, and that's the Man Accountability Program. So if you have husbands, if you have brothers, if you have boyfriends, have them subscribe as well. We know we are called Marriage to Third Ring, but before you get married, a lot of these things still apply. And even if you just have children, a lot of these things still apply. So please join us and grow with us and help us. So tell your friends, share our channel, and have them to subscribe. There's so many other things out there that people subscribe to, so let's subscribe to something positive. So, Happy New Year. This is my first mommy moments of 2020. And I'm very excited. A lot has been going on. The holidays are always very busy, the hustle and bustle. Of course, I think the last one we talked about the kids going back to school. So it's been a lot going on. So Happy New Year. Thank you all for hanging around. I hope you have taken some of the things that we've talked about previously and have applied them to your life. I know we were talking about self-care. We were talking about prioritizing. We're talking about prioritizing self. All of these things and more we will be adding to our mommy moments because this is something that continues. We continue to grow. We continue to be helpers to one another. And we continue to just enjoy one another. Always, if there is a comment, a question, you always can put a comment under, of course, the YouTube, under the page. You can even inbox info, info, at mt3r.net. So that's M, T as in Tom, the number 3, the letter R as in Robert, .net. So if you email a question to that, I'll get it and I'll respond to you. And you can always follow us on any of our social media pages and DM us on any of those. So I'm Latia, as you know, co-founder of Marriage to Third Ring. This year of 2020 also marks the 5th year mark of Marriage to Third Ring. So, you know, continuing to grow, continuing encouraging couples. And this Mommy Moments just expands on that because, as we know, our hashtag is stronger together than apart. But as we know, we are still individuals first. And we have to focus on self and the things we can do with self. I have a little visitor that wants to come and say hi. This is the youngest of the clan. Come say hi.
Hey.
Hi. So this is the youngest on the clan. They also have their own YouTube channel. I have to post those under the links because I can't remember off the top of my head. But
I'm going to do something.
but as you know, I'm talking to the mommies today. So he just wanted to come in and say hi. So, and as we go through mommy moments, you'll get to meet some of the children and the different things. That one was Matthias, who is now in the 3rd grade. So we are parents of 4 boys, and with our boys, we just like to just encourage.
Introduce another visitor that lets you say hi.
And I guess I have another visitor that would love to say hi. So I guess we'll introduce the couple of them, and then we'll get back to our show. That's Mylan. That's our 6th grader this year. He is in the band, and that's our 6th grader.
I like.
And these are our 2 youngest. So, and then another one is Marquise. That's the oldest of the 4 boys. And of course, as I said, you'll get to know them and get to know. We'll talk about some of the things going on with school and different things like that in some of our future
Can I say
categories. So now we will excuse all of them, and on the last
Let's go get
part,
my bag.
you'll get and
What show?
we'll get the
Oh,
other one in very shortly. Yes. So for today's mommy moments, we also wanted to talk about. Let me introduce you to my last one.
Hello, my name's Malachi. I'm the cool one.
Shut up.
This
He's
is
the
not-
ugly one.
No. This, as you see, is every dog with the boys. So that is number 2. So that is Malachi. So yes, we would like
Valued by
to
numbers.
excuse all of them as they came into the studio. We're gonna go ahead and excuse them and let them go ahead and journey on that way.
Sorry, Marquise called me in here.
I want to say a few words.
You want to say a few words?
Yes.
What's your few words?
Okay, so comment down below what your favorite food is.
He would like you to comment below what's your favorite food. Okay. So, and then we'll have him read them. Would you like to tell him your favorite food?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My favorite food is Chipotle.
Chipotle. Oh, okay. He gave Chipotle a plug today. Okay. Well, his favorite food is Chipotle. So, yes, I know we eat a lot of tacos in this household on our Taco Tuesdays.
Chipotle rocks. And ice is good too.
Okay, thank you guys. So yes, thank you. As you see, this is a true mommy moment because children are always the cornerstone of everything, and they like to. Our children are very bubbly like us. So that was the clan of the 4 boys. And so what we're going to talk about today is just embracing on this new year. And some of the things that we can start implementing, because the thing about it is I don't want to do actual resolutions, but we can make some promises and some things to ourselves. I have, over the end of last year, I've learned so much just about myself, and I am 38 years old, but I've learned some things and some self-revelations about me. And what I can say is when you learn those self-revelations about yourself, it's amazing. And all the times we don't want to hear them, but they can help us grow. We don't want to hear that, we have certain personalities that might be a little controlling. They might be a little, we taking things too sensitive. And then you start to think like, why am I doing this? So I think to start off the year, and what I had to do is we need to take some reflection. Let's reflect on ourselves, not beat ourselves up, because the thing is we handle a lot of things at certain times. So I am a mom, of course. I run a nonprofit. We have a marriage ministry. There's different points in my life where I have to take charge. I have to take lead. But then I'm a wife. So as a wife, I can't do that. So I think balancing on when to bring those things into, want to know how to balance those different categories or those different hats we wear is amazing. So it can counteract with each other, is what I'm trying to say. So think about some times in your life where something you might have done or something you do comes over into some part that you don't need to be. There are some parts that you might have to be a little passive, but at the same time, you can't let people control you. Or I feel like as a woman, sometimes I have to be more stronger if you're in the boardroom or if you're around other people, because you don't want to be overlooked. I just told somebody as a man, a lot of times men demand respect just when they walk into a room because they carry that presence of authority. Well, as a woman, we can walk into the room sometime and be overlooked. But what are some things that, and are we really being overlooked, or are we just feeling like we're being overlooked because we're being quiet? When should we speak up? When should we not speak up? So these are things that I feel like, honestly, with prayer and discernment, that we get to know. And when being transparent, just with different things like that. I just feel like it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to balance the hats at certain times. But yeah, self reflection is a key. Am I being too sensitive, or did that person really mean intent? I had a previous first lady who used to always tell me to assume innocence. Assume innocence. That person might not have meant evil to you. That person might not have been mean to you. I mean, not have meant to be mean to you. We sometimes get mad when people don't speak to us, and their mind could be on something else. I can carry a look on my face, and you would think that I am staring you down. And honestly, because I try to be in control of those looks and emotions and not to wear them. But honestly, if I allow my mind to think about something else, then I might not even pay attention that I'm even looking in your direction. But you have already assumed that I didn't want to speak to you or I had an issue with you. So I feel like self-reflection comes into play with all of that. I feel like knowing who you are is a big one. So if I know that there are times that certain things will bother me or certain things will be sensitive to me and somebody might say that, I have to personally catch myself so I don't react, because that has nothing to do with that person said. That person did not know that that they were insulting me for what I thought, and we could have been just having a conversation. So I have to be careful not to react because their intentions was not that. Even if their intentions are that, that's not for me to decipher. That's up to them and God to handle. So even if that was their intentions, I can't react based on what was done. I say a lot of times people, and I'm realizing, trust and believe I'm realizing, because I used to be that person that always reacted. I always was very quick. I'll react and then I'll think later. Still, I'll run into those things. But I used to think that people would, I say that people don't know. People don't think about what caused the reaction. All they see is how you reacted. So at work, your manager might say something to you. You might be very offended. You might be very irritated by what they say. But if you allow yourself to react in a negative way, that's going to be on you and your job. When you have to take a moment, think about it, and find out the positive way to handle it. So I know our previous FLOTUS, Michelle Obama, had that quote, "When they go low, we go high." And that's sometimes so hard to do, because I know you'd be like, "Why I always gotta be the high person? And why I always gotta go high?" But no, it's just it's your character that's at stake. And if you respond out of character, you're gonna carry that with you. People are gonna see that, and sometimes you only get that maybe that one time to make that first impression, and you never know who you are going to run into. My children's school, they had a secretary, not very nice. Not very nice, but every time I seen her, I was very, very polite. I was very polite, even though some days I was like, oh my gosh, this lady. But then one day she walked into the house. I was the nurse to one of her family members. But she trusted me, was comfortable with me. But if I had reacted to this lady or became out of character, even though she was being mean and negative at times, she wouldn't have had trust in me or faith in me that I would be the best caregiver for her relative at that time. So you never know who you're going to meet, how your reactions will come back to you later on down the line, how things you post on social media because somebody has irritated you, somebody has said something to you, so you posted some craziness on social media. You don't realize how things like that can play a big part in what happens if you run into these people down the line. I run a nonprofit. What if that person is my $1 million donor? And I have seen them inside Walmart or seen them somewhere else and have acted very nasty or acted up because of something that was done, or just because I was irritated that day. So even though it's hard for us to always be on, I'm trying to even have a self-realization moment that if I feel heavy that day, because we're human. So we're human, and even if you have a great prayer life, there can still be days where you feel like I need to take a me day. I need to take a mental health day. I need to take a break. Even if we do that, and it might not be able to be all day. Look, I got children, a husband, things that need my attention. But I say limit to things we can limit, so therefore you can do what you need to do. So take a mental health day, relax. You might not can make it to a meeting. Call off from that meeting. If you know that you're not at the point where if somebody say something that's gonna snap, it's gonna make you snap, and you might be at that point, because sometimes it feels like we are tight roping on that rope, and a little blow of wind is gonna push us over to the other side, and we are just gonna lose it. Stay home, pray up, listen to some inspirational music, do what you need to do for you. Take a few minutes. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes even going to the nail shop, going to get a pedicure, I feel like it's another task. Beauty shop, like sometimes it can be relaxing, but if I know my plate is already full with other things I have to do, I don't even want to do that. Get you a foot spa and sit in at home. You know, they have the little miniature ones. Sit in that foot spa home. Read you a book. Just take a few minutes for you, because sometimes we need that. We need that mental break from everything. And I know people that is watching this and know me probably telling me that I am speaking to myself, because I am as human as anybody else, and I've had a very few emotional months these past months, but I still know, of course, where my joy comes from and where my help comes from, and it's okay. It's okay. And so in our next few mommy moments, we'll talk about feelings, why we don't want to feel. We'll talk about what we can do for us that's maybe inexpensive, or just something that you can do. And also, we have the prioritizing and the scheduling, because sometimes when everything's out of whack and our house is out of whack and our lives is crazy, our mind is cluttered because our environment is cluttered. So we're going to talk about things like that. So what I want you to realize, though, is self-reflection. Take a self-reflection. Write it down if you have to. Think about yourself. Honestly, when I respond to something, I think about that response. Now, I might think about it too much, because that's me. I'm working on my overanalyzing. But I know that the reason I feel like I overanalyze certain things that I respond to or do is because I know there's somebody else out there that's going to overanalyze and look at everything I say. So, but one thing we should do, but at the same time, we can't worry about that. We cannot. We can only control what we can control. So, take a self-evaluation of yourself. Reflect on things. If you felt like somebody came to you and told you, I feel this way about you, or I feel like you're acting like this, think about it. Think about, could I possibly be acting like that? And if I'm acting like that, why am I acting like that? Because sometimes something would happen and I'll sit down like, why do I feel like this? What happened? And it was a text message that I got earlier that day. And it affected me, but I didn't realize it because I was busy. And then once I settled, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling... So you might need to take a couple steps back to know what affected you to cause you to feel the way you felt. You might need to just jot things down when they happen. So when you go back and look at it again, you realize, okay, I reacted like this. Why did I react like this? Did this warrant that reaction? Because a lot of times if something doesn't affect your kids, yourself, your spouse, that immediate family of yours, or, sibling, stuff doesn't immediately affect it, it might not want that reaction. Somebody might say something. You might take a couple deep breaths before you respond. Take a few minutes. Go back and look at it. These are all good things that I'm trying to apply. Then I'm also trying to write these things down so I can remind myself daily. And some things don't even warrant a response. I'm a big person that always gives an explanation. But sometimes I'll wear myself out with that explanation. So I had to say, okay, why do I explain myself? Am I not sure? Do I need to convince other people? Why? So these are, I believe, really good things to think about when we're self-reflecting on ourselves. Because I feel like we can't understand other people better until we understand ourselves. We can't help other people until we can help ourselves. And sometimes helping ourselves are the worst ones, because in order to help yourself, you gotta look in that mirror. And that mirror is not always pretty what you see looking back at you. You gotta swallow some hard pills sometimes when you realize, wow, I can be this, I can be that. But why are you that? Some points in your life requires that, but are you using that too many different times in your life? Are you using your bossiness when you really don't need to use your bossiness? Are you being assertive? Are you being this or that when it's not warranted for you, and you're using extra energy from things you don't need to do? Are you learning how to take a step back and let somebody else try? They might not do it like you do it, but are you still allowing them to try? So these are all great things to think about when you're doing your self-reflection. Do some self-reflection, write some things down, and work on some things. We're not perfect, none of us are. If you need another prayer, a better prayer life, then get that better prayer life. If you have some strongholds you need to work on, do it. If you are angry, why are you angry? Like, everything your child say to you, you snap. Why? Why you snap at that child? They don't know. They're just talking to you. There's something else. There's some underlying cause. I'm a big fan of counseling. So if you can't figure it out, go talk to somebody that can help you figure it out. Most employers have a EAP, which gives you a few free sessions a month. Take that or a year or something. Take the EAP, use it. It's there for you and it's free. So if you need help, hey, our nonprofit deals with mental health and you can't figure out where to go, you can always email the LQ Foundation. We will be happy to try to help people, because a lot of times we deal with things, we don't deal with things, and we hold it in. So, and holding it in is never good, because it will find its way to come out. My pastor always says, what doesn't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. So when you think you holding it together, a wind is going to come and blow, and it's going to blow you over. So I just want to encourage us to think about, who are we? I talked about, I think in my first mommy moments maybe, I am a wife, I am a mom, I am a nurse. You know, we always trying to feel that third word. Who are we? So there are some reasons, and you still want to know. Get to know you, because if you get to know you, you can get to know you. You will do amazing things, and it will help you know other people. It'll help you not be so sensitive when other people say something about you, because guess what? Okay, I know I am that, but I might not need to be that at this point, so I apologize if you feel like I'm trying to control you. So it'll get to know you. It'll get you to know yourself. It'll get you to be able to respond, because you won't think that they're just trying to be mean and that they're just trying to tell you something that you don't, they're just telling you something, and that they might really be feeling this way. So be able to take that. Be able to accept that. If that is you, now that's not you, and you know that ain't you, then you could tell them that ain't you. Because at no point do you have to, you know what I'm saying, keep quiet. But sometimes people will have very, very, very valid points. And they might see a trait. You might be rubbing them the wrong way. So let's take some self-reflections. take some self-reflections. Figure out what we can do to be better approachable, even to with other females and other women. How we can be approachable in our jobs. Because all of this is going to teach us how to be better mommies. Because if we're not approachable, our kids will our kids talk to us? Will our kids want to, or will they say? I know my boys have no problem with saying, "Mommy, how was your day? Could you seem a little stressed?" They'll get me together. Then I'll be like, "Oh, okay, let me bring it together." So yeah, your kids know. The kids know. Um, so let's work on that. Let's work on us so we can be better moms, better wives. If we're already tired and stressed out, if you need help, you realize that you're trying to do self-reflection, talk to somebody. If you're not married, if you're married, you need to be able to talk to your husband and let him know, honey, I need this help. I can't do it today, so I need you to go on my stand. Can you take the kids out the house? You should be able to have that communication with your husband. If you can't, and you need help with that, inbox us so we can help you. Because that is a communication that y'all have to be able to have. Just like him, if you see, now women sometimes are more observant, so if you see your husband having a bad day, okay kids, let's go out for some ice cream. Because teamwork makes the dream work. And you know, we always say, hey, if mama ain't good, ain't nobody good. If daddy ain't good, ain't nobody good. So happy spouse, happy house. You know, people say happy wife, happy life, but no, we try to say happy spouse, happy house, because we need everybody to be good. We need the kids to be good. And if I feel like they ain't good, let one of them bring home a bad grade. Okay, let's talk about this grade. Is it that you're truly not understanding, or is that something going on that's distracting? So all of these things are self-reflecting. And you might not always have somebody that can stand in for you and say, hey, you doing okay? What's going on? But yeah, so, and then if you are a person that's giving too much, find out why that is too. There's so many things that unhealthy habits usually stem from somewhere. So I want you to take some time, self-reflect, and figure out what's going on with you, okay? If you need some help, call me. If you got my number, or message me, inbox me. But try to call a friend. Try to call a girlfriend. Try to call somebody that you can trust, that can be your confidant, and that can help you figure it out. Sometimes you just need a safe place to talk to. And I know for a lot of us, we don't want to appear weak. And it's okay. So when you find out things about yourself, it might be, you might be uneasy about it, but it's okay. That self-reflection can help you in every aspect of your life, like in business, in your interactions with people on a daily basis, in ministry, because you know who you are and you know how you might respond to certain things. So you learn to place limits on yourself. So call somebody, as I said, and if you don't have that safe person, go ahead and get you a counselor. I know, as I said, I think before that most people have an EAP program or something with their job, and I also said you can reach out to the LQ Foundation. We could try to find somebody in your area for you. So just let us know. You got this, girl. You can do it. It's going to be okay. And sometimes we feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. So thank you all for joining me today. Continue to watch Marriage to Third Ring videos, Mommy Moments, the MAP program, which is our Man Accountabilities program. So if you have husbands, have them subscribe as well. Or if you have fathers to your children, have them subscribe. They don't have to be married. Women, you don't have to be married to subscribe to our page. Mommy Moments are for mothers and for women, not just mothers, but for women. But because I am a mother, that's why it's called Mommy Moments. But yes, and also our Marriage to Third Ring couple videos that we watch. Date box, different things. Continue to follow us. We have a lot of things in store. This is 2020. If you're in Columbus area, maybe the Warren area this year, Charlotte area and the surrounding areas, you might see us, and please come out and join us at one of our events. We love you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you watching our videos. That means a lot, but it means more when you subscribe to our videos, and you also get notifications when a new video is up. So we don't want you to miss anything because we believe that everything we have to say is very important. If it doesn't apply to you, you can use it to help someone else. Thank you all and have a great day. Bye.